Is this the week of aviation history on the sim with two great releases? There's so much to discuss from DC designs to Just Flight, black box simulations and a lot more. Let's find out on what's hot this week, shall we? Quite a busy week from more than a dozen studios. Ladies and gentlemen, we welcome you back. Hope you're being well. Another episode brings you on the latest on development, the marketplace, community events, plus a freeware. Let's cover them all. If this is your first visit, consider subscribing as we intend to bring you the latest. The Concorde appears to be the talk of the town this week, an exciting addition to the sim. Just released a couple of days ago. Now we don't need an introduction to the most iconic aircraft gracefully touching the skies. The design has been made particularly to take advantage of the rendering engine to make it appear authentic, with a 3D deck filled with switches, dials, knobs and instruments. The passenger cabin has been modeled including sounds, working doors plus staff. Now fuel transfer plays a key role to manage the center of gravity, and that's another focus the team have made, giving us options with a completely custom fuel transfer system with all pumps, valves and lines. Reaching a realistic Mach 2 enabling climb up to 60,000 feet, it does take quite some practice with this thing. A fully furnished manual has been an inclusion, giving the users a better approach on handling this iconic legend. 4 liveries from British Airways on different timelines, Air France and Singapore Airlines are included. Now the team of DC Designs have made their best to give a rendition of this model. Although the initial screenshots gave somewhat of a mixed review on how the texturing could be internally, especially in the cockpit areas, I think it does need a little more to finish up in this area. A future fix to hope for. Not just the Concorde, the Dornier made it to the marketplace as well, released for both Xbox and PC. The third installment on the Local Legends series appears to be well furnished in detail. A twin-engine, high-wing monoplane flying boat enabling pilots to reach limitless terrain designed by a German aviation firm. Now the Dornier wasn't any other plane. A breakthrough rather in aviation engineering that experienced polar adventures on different terrains till the depths of the Amazon, helping push exploration to a completely different level. That's what makes it more interesting. Another model to arrive from the team of Black Box Simulation, the BN2A Trilander. Further previews have been sailing all over the place, giving us more to take a look. A rather different design with 3 engines that has a long fuselage. Mind you, this has been proven to be a rugged one, making it an ideal one for island hopping. Now if you're familiar with the BN2 Islander, really won't make much of a difference with this model. The concept is pretty much based off that aircraft, however, with the additional third engine in the back on the longer fuselage. So far, this appears to be a functional model, with no missing features, and any different model can always be welcoming to give this a try to see how aviation has evolved. The release date and pricing are yet to be confirmed, so stay tuned for this. From the team of VIII comes the recreation of the Cessna 414 Chancellor. A twin-engine light aircraft, this has been in development from quite some time. With an RAM-4 conversion kit, this can give a good bosun performance with an already existing aircraft. Now the plan is to give a realistic feel to simmers on this twin-engine plane, and certainly the model looks promising with visuals, a good depth of systems and sounds. Now the release has been set at beta. Yes, that's something to note, but with a team like VIII who've dealt with things in the past, this shouldn't really be a concern. The initial price was set at almost $50, and after a quick revision, the price has been brought down to $39.99. Now comes another aircraft from the team of Just Flight, the BAE 146 getting geared for release. Now this comes with 8 variants from the 100 series going all the way to the military variant, which is the 146C Mk3. Over the past several weeks, hundreds of improvements have gone in, especially on the cockpit areas, and that's something to expect, especially from Just Flight. They plan on bringing this too close to a real experience. The launch is planned to be by the end of April with a cost of $80. Pretty much double the cost of Concorde. Now here's an interesting part of this model. Not just a model that demands greater attention to detail being a model of complexity, this has to enable a user to comfortably know the nuts and bolts, plus the functionality of the aircraft, and therefore a 150-page manual is to be included with this model, giving a thorough picture on the system's operations, a checklist that has been expanded, plus a tutorial flight, including an in-sim checklist. Something to note is that if you've owned the same aircraft on different platforms, including X-Plane 11 or Prepare 3D, a 20% discount is to be offered. That's something to note. Ground level speaking, an interesting one rather. It's great to see variety here in airports. Now, did you imagine looking at a storage facility for aircraft here at the sim? That's what the team of Exometry have accomplished here. A well-made one, by the way, the Victorville Airport, KVCV in short. Now, this location is a 2,300-acre deserted area, filled completely with aircraft in different states. There isn't any movement of aircraft possible here, but it's worth taking a look. Plus, this airport comes with the longest runway measuring over 15,000 feet. A brilliant idea to include in the sim, and we plan on showcasing this, so stay tuned by subscribing. In the world of development, now gladly we received Iberia. We ought to wonder on where we're heading next. It's Italy and Malta, the next world update. Now the question is, would this be another regular world update? Certainly not, but the biggest one yet. 18 AOIs in total. AOIs meaning areas of interest with 12 cities to be covered and 6 suburbs, all having photogrammetry areas and aerial imagery, covering 8,000 square kilometers of photogrammetry. Now with Australia's world update, we thought 6,800 square kilometers was pretty large. So big thanks to the team of Bing on the next world update. On the parallel works the team of Gaia Simulations, giving us interesting points of interest. Something to note would be a brand new aerial data, hopefully making us rely just on Bing for now. Now the team of Asobo have worked with several Italian states, almost all of them, to gather the latest DEM data, and overcoming these hurdles can make a difference in timelines. So hopefully this should be a smooth release. The planned release date is mid-May, a month and a half. Before we move to the freewares and the community events, have you joined our Discord server yet? We plan on bringing the latest on updates, plus host a range of events coming in soon. So please join our Discord server today. Let's do a shout out to a few hotshots, shall we? Ben Gilner, Matt Waters, Alum's Tech Hub, Jerry Palmer, and Ben Logan 100. We thank you for your support. Let's talk community events here. This week is gonna be quite some fun with our usual gang, the Aussie Group Flights team. Now with World Update 8 gives us more to explore, and that's exactly what we're doing here. The plan is to begin at Lisbon at Portugal and flying to Spain, reaching Gibraltar. Now this gives us a chance to visit some cool places along the way, Portugal is one destination that fits everything in it, and with Lisbon, this place has the nicest cinematic hillsides overlooking the Rio Tejo cradle. So make sure you join our Discord server and let the fun begin, The flight plan plus more details associated with this event can be found right here in the description below. It's time for a freeware this week. A Swiss airbase captured in one of the world updates. The Meiringen Airbase, the LSMM in short. Now the airport is perfectly located at Haslittel, which is the home base of the 11th Fighter Squadron of the Swiss Air Force. A rather detailed airbase, making it a rendition of the actual one. Developed by Nordic 777, a good amount of PBR textures and terraforming are in play here. From the hangar areas, restaurant interiors, runways to ground objects, it appears to be well made, plus an inclusion of the night lighting as well. So big thanks to this developer for this beautiful add-on. The link can be found in the description below. Make sure you get this, plus the assets recommended by the developer. This is supposed to be the best military airbase freeware out there. We hope you like this video. There's so much more coming, and don't forget to subscribe for more. Until next time, do take care and happy flying, folks.